Okay, you guys, I'm going to try this one more time. I just recorded an awesome 10-minute video and I deleted it. I don't even understand how. But anyway, I ended that video with having a positive perspective on this refresh. So I'm not going to get negative about it. I'm just going to do it again, and it's all good. So the first thing I wanted to say was that I am very sorry about all the confusion going on in the app. When I decided to postpone this a week because I wanted to wait for a few people that purchased their kit but hadn't received it yet, I went in the app and I changed all those posts, and apparently I changed them to the wrong day. And so that's why you're seeing them pop up too soon, because I totally screwed up. The other thing that's going on in there is there are a couple people who wanted to do the refresh on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday instead of Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And that's the interaction that you're seeing in there right now. So they will be finishing up tomorrow when we start. So I'm sorry. I totally screwed up, and there's just a lot of confusion going on in there. But we are starting tomorrow morning, and there's a few things I wanted to talk to you about before we get started. The first thing I want to talk to you about is inside your kit, you're going to see this Vanilla Fresh. The Vanilla Fresh is different than Shakeology. It's not the same thing. So be sure when it says to drink Shakeology, that's what you're drinking. And when it says to do your Vanilla Fresh shake, that you're drinking this and not a Shakeology. They're different. The other thing I want to mention is the Fiber Sweep. The Fiber Sweep you're going to mix with 10 ounces of cold water, and you need to drink it right away. If you don't drink it, I can tell you from experience, it's going to get thick like glue, and it's really hard to drink, and it's gross. So mix it really well, and then just chug it. Drink it quickly. Don't sip it, take a little taste, set it down, go do something, and come back. I did that, and it's gross. You don't want to do that. So mix it, drink it fast. You only have to do it 3 times, once a day, just 1 time a day for the next 3 days. It doesn't taste great, and it doesn't taste awful. It's just, meh. But you only have to do it 3 times, so just bear and grin it. Grin and bear it, whatever. The other thing is this program guide. If you have not picked this up yet, I'm urging you to do it not later today, not tonight. Do it right now. Go get it, read it. You need to read this so that you understand what we're doing for the next 3 days. If you don't read this before, you are probably not going to be very successful at this, because there are certain times of day that you do certain things and certain foods that you can eat, and you need to be prepared. If you're not prepared, you're going to have a harder time with it. So soon as this video is over, go get it and read it, okay? A few things I want to point out to you. On the very first page is the breakdown of what your days are going to look like for the next 3 days. They're exactly the same. You can change the foods up a little bit if you want to, but they're all the same. The time, what you drink, when you drink it, all that stuff, that's your little breakdown. The other thing in here that's good, it talks to you about coffee and tea, how to do all that kind of stuff. Hold on a second, my brother's here. Hey, I'm in here making a video. I'll be out in a second. The other thing that it talks to you about is the fiber. You're going to be adding a little bit more fiber to your diet, so that is going to make pooping something that you're going to have to deal with. But it's not one of those kind of things where you're going to be running to the bathroom all day having crazy diarrhea. That is not what this is about. You will probably go more, and there will be more, if you get what I'm saying, but it's not like craziness. So don't worry about that. Another thing, when you add a lot more vegetables to your diet, it can make you a little more gassy and bloated. So if that's happening to you in the next 3 days, don't panic about that. It will go away. It's just your body's way of detoxing and trying to get rid of stuff. Something that does help with that, however, is drinking lots of water. A good way to gauge how much water you should be drinking and what they recommend is half of your body weight in ounces. So that's going to feel like a lot of water, and it is, and you will be peeing a lot, but that's a great way to be flushing out this stuff, which is what we're trying to do. You can do your normal exercise routine. That's not anything that you need to change while you're doing that. The next thing that you want to look at are these pages that have the empty spaces in them. I encourage you to get this out and write down exactly what you want to eat for the next 3 days, morning, noon, and night. The more planned and detailed you are, the more success you're going to have at doing this and sticking with it. After those pages, if you look in here, these are the options of foods that you can choose from. You've got fruit options, vegetable options, what your healthy fat and juice options are. And then you are going to see lots of recipes. These are all the things that you can choose from for your dinners. I have eaten all of these and they're all really good. There's no meat. This is a vegetarian diet that you're going to be doing for these 3 days. It's a good way to give your body a break and not have to process all of that meat. So that's part of this cleansing process. So read through this, go to the grocery store, be prepared. This is not a hard thing. It can be a little inconvenient when you've got things going on, which we all do. Whether you do this on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, things are gonna come up. We have people coming for the weekend. I'm gonna have to do this. I'm committed to it. No matter where we go or what we do or out to dinner, my stuff's coming with me. So don't use that as an excuse to feel like you're not going to succeed at this, because no matter when you do it, it's going to be a challenge. But I wanted to talk a little bit about having the right mindset and perspective when you go into it. I had a conversation with a friend yesterday, and she was talking about how while she was at the grocery store getting all her stuff, that she was feeling like a little frustrated with how much money she was having to spend and, just being frustrated. And at one point she stopped and said, no, I'm not going to do that. This is for me and I'm worth it. And I can spend a little bit of extra money for 3 days to take care of myself. And that is a great perspective to have. Sometimes, eating healthy does cost a little bit more, and that's okay because we're worth it. So have your mindset in the right place while you're doing this. Don't look at this as a negative, hard thing that you're going to suffer your way through. Have the perspective that you are worth the time, you are worth the money, you are worth 3 days to take a step back and take care of yourself, because that's what you're doing. I would also suggest for these 3 days that you take about 10 minutes at some point during the day to read something positive, a book or a devotion or something that gets your mind in the right perspective, and that while you're out and about that you smile a lot and you offer kindness to people, and that you just have a really positive attitude while you're doing this, because this is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. And your mind is going to set the tone for how this thing plays out for you. Another suggestion is doing things that you love. If you love going for a walk or riding your bike or doing those kind of things that you have stopped doing because you're too busy, add those things back into your life for these days so that you're filled with all the things that you love. At the end of the day, maybe take, half an hour or whatever and set up your bath with your scents and your music, and just take time to take care of you and make this whole experience very positive and something that you're going to come out of not focused on what you ate and how much weight you lost and all those things that tend to distract us from. This is just a time to take care of yourself and to nurture your body and your soul and your mind, and to reset yourself for what's coming after. Because what's coming after, you can lose some weight and you can eat healthy for a couple of days, but if you don't carry those things on, you're going to end up right back where you were. So this is a time to reset, and I just hope that you can go into it with a very positive attitude and know that you're doing this with people, and I hope it's a really great and positive experience for you. So if you have any questions before we get started tomorrow, please reach out to me today, and I will see you guys tomorrow in the app. Have a good one.